He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Ruchakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutation to the brothers out there pushing His word with sincerity and truth, and to the elect throughout the four corners of the earth, to USA, Shalom. I got this article, pre-uploaded. The Spirit led me to this because of a brother. He had me read part of this paragraph up here, during the camp on the weekends, and this weekend that passed. He had me read a part of this article, and the Spirit led me back into it. I wanted to read more of it, and I just thought I'd bring it out and just make a lesson out of it, And anyways, man, let's just jump right in. This is coming from this is National Humanities Center. This is Toolbox Library, primary resource in U.S. history and literature. And this is right here, enslaved peoples. It says European enslavement of Native Americans began with Columbus. As a governor of Hispaniola, which is modern day Dominican Republic and Haiti, that island. It says he forced the Taino Indians to labor in the Spanish fields and mines, and he brought Taino slaves to Spain on his return journeys. See, so the Taino Indians, they were pretty much one of the first people to go into slavery, which was Northern Kingdom, whenever Christopher Columbus came over here. So Northern Kingdom also went into slavery, as well as the Southern Kingdom. So it says, let me read this again right here. As the governor of Hispaniola, Christopher Columbus, it says he forced the Taino Indians to labor in the Spanish fields and mines, and he brought Taino slaves to Spain on his return journeys. About 50,000 Taino died within 2 years of Columbus's arrival. Look at that, 2 years, man. 2 years and this motherfucker killed 50,000 of our people. It says, and by 1510, the Taino population had declined by nearly 90%. 90%, man. That's mass genocide. And this motherfucker celebrated, man. Shit's crazy, man. It says, primarily from European diseases, but also from brutal treatment. A new source of forced labor was required. See, it says primarily from European diseases, but also from brutal treatment, right? Because they pretty much tortured us, they massacred us. There was something that Christopher Columbus wrote on one of his journals that said that he didn't lay down his sword the whole time he was there. Every day this motherfucker was killing somebody, chopping off limbs, cutting off members from the body of our people, Israelites, which are the so-called Latinos, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? So it says, let me read this again. This is about 50,000 Taino died within 2 years of Columbus's arrival, and by 1510, the Taino population had declined by nearly 90%, man. Damn, this motherfucker's a straight up devil, man. This is primarily from European diseases, but also from brutal treatment. A new source of forced labor was required. In 1518, the Spanish king allowed the importation of slaves directly from Africa. You see? And that's whenever they started bringing in the Southern Kingdom over here. You know, started bringing them to the islands right there in Hispaniola, which was called Haiti, and then changed to Santo Domingo, and then eventually, as it is now, it's divided into Haiti and divided into Dominican Republic. But the Haitian people, they're the Levites, they're the Southern Kingdom, and they got brought over there by ships. Like it says right here, it says in 1518, the Spanish king allowed the importation of slaves directly from Africa. Previously, they had been Spanish-born Africans. So there was Southern Kingdom over there in Spain at the time. It says, and the Atlantic slave trade to the Western Hemisphere began in earnest. See, so these motherfuckers already knew who the tribes were, man. Christopher Columbus knew what he was going over here for. These crackers over there in Spain, they knew who the Israelites were, man. It says, and the Atlantic slave trade to the Western Hemisphere began in earnest, finally ending over 3 centuries later with the abolition of slavery in Brazil in 1888, which that wasn't that long ago, man. It says, Indians of the Caribbean, brief sections of the account from the accounts of 3 clergymen in the Spanish Caribbean are presented here, all commenting on the use of forced Indian labor by the colonists, dated from 1518 to 1561. They included a stern condemnation of slavery, a recommendation to liberate and convert the Indians, the better to exploit their labor, and a plea to import Negro slaves to replace the disappearing Indians. See, so even from back then, whenever they so-called liberated the Indians from slavery, um, they were just doing that to better exploit their labor. And then they imported Southern Kingdom, uh, um, the Southern tribes, over there to replace the slavery. Which that was all through the Most High, all Israel had to go through the slavery, and the tribe of Judah had it the worst over here in America. So it says, and they plead to import Negro slaves to replace the disappearing Indians. Read down. It says Africans in Mexico. The first major slave revolt in North America occurred on the island of Hispaniola, which is, Dominican Republic, in 1522, when enslaved African Muslims rebelled and killed 9 Spanish before being recaptured. Thereafter, the Spanish were fearfully attuned to the rumors of slave rebellion. In this selection, the Viceroy of Mexico reports on a thwarted revolt by enslaved Africans in 1537, requested that the shipment of slaves be temporarily suspended in order to limit the African numbers. So this is pretty much around the same time period, man. All of Israel was getting, was catching as hell, was getting put in slavery, was getting killed off. So this definitely matches prophecy of what was spoken about in the book of Deuteronomy, which we'll get into that in a minute. But you can't deny that we are those people, man. We are the Israelites, and I'm talking about not just Negroes, the so-called Negroes, but also the Latino tribes and Native Americans. We're that people, man. We're Israel. It says, continue reading. It says, in this in this election, the Viceroy of Mexico reports on a thwarted revolt by enslaved Africans in 1537, requesting that the shipment of slaves be temporarily suspended in order to limit the African numbers. Otherwise, the Viceroy warns the Spanish might be unable to control the situation, and the land might be lost. Let me read this little part. This is the transition from Indian to African slavery in Spanish America is encapsulated in these selections that, while brief, convey years of domination and suffering. Right? I mean, it's short, man, but it gets to the point. Like, it proves, like, in those short years, in those years, it shows the domination that Esau had towards our people as a whole, northern and southern kingdom. It shows you how fast they started killing off our people, the Tainos. In 2 years, Christopher Columbus killed 50,000 Tainos, man. And it says by 1510, 90% of them died, were pretty much eliminated through diseases, and it says through brutal treatment. Through mass genocide. That's pretty much what it is. Worked them to death. And there's several articles that I have read, which y'all can look it up, talking about how Christopher Columbus would, if a Taino would try to escape the encampment, that they would go capture him, chop him up, like uh, cut off his limbs, and feed him to the dogs, and have everybody watch, have all the Tainos watch, as a to make him as an example, to put fear in their hearts. And also read that if they didn't bring back a certain amount of gold, like when they went mining, if they didn't bring back a certain amount of gold, that he would cut off ears, noses, tongues. If this ain't the devil, then who the fuck is this, man? These Edomites have got to go, bro. Their track record runs even further back than that, man. This is just what we know, man. This is just like pretty much current news, or not news, current history. The history during the Maccabees. Read first the second Maccabees. Read um really, I mean, you can even go back to the beginning of when Adam and Eve. He was that serpent, that old serpent. That same spirit was in that person. Who later became Cain. The spirit went into Cain, and that spirit was in Esau. And then you got, many devils out here, man. The children of Satan, the children of darkness. Because what have they done ever since they came over here, man? Ever since they have taken over, they taken control of the world, they have done nothing but kill, murder, poison. And if you don't know, when I say Edomites, Esau, I'm talking about these so-called white people. But ever since they came here, man, they have done nothing but destroy our people. And they gotta pay for that. The Most High is gonna make him pay for that. The Most High is a is a just power, man. He loves a fair balance. So, hey, they haven't had to pay for what they've done yet. That time's coming soon when Yahweh Shai returns. Let's get Let me get Deuteronomy because I said I was gonna show y'all. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28. Let's go down to 68. It says, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now this Egypt isn't talking about actual Egypt. That's talking about America, right? So it says, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. See, talking about, our land, Israel. It says, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. See, and we were sold as bondmen and bondwomen over here in America. We were transported as slaves to, like that's where it first pretty much predominantly started, right there in Dominican Republic. But eventually it came, but this is pretty much the same place, the same land, pretty much, North America. It's just an island off the coast. That's when it started. Then we started getting over here into into actual North America, into actual, United States, and it took off from there. That's where you see the slavery that we all know. That what happened with the slavery that happened to the tribe of Judah. Because like I said, all the all the tribes went through slavery. See, but when we go to school, they don't teach you. They don't teach us that. They don't teach you what Christopher Columbus did. They don't bring out this history that I just pulled out. I know before I came to the truth, probably about a year or 2 years before I came to the truth, I found this. I found out, this history. But when I was a kid, when I was damn 16, 17 years old, I didn't know this. I didn't know this truth, this history. The only people I thought that went through slavery was the tribe of Judah. The so-called Negroes, the so-called African Americans. But nah, man, we all went through this. Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, they both went through it. right? And when it says no man shall buy you right here, that's going into how no one will be able to redeem us. No one will be able to save us, who take us, as a nation out of this captivity. You know what I'm saying? And no one, and still to this day, no one has yet. But Yahweh Shai is. When he returns, he's going to deliver us out of this place, destroy Esau and all his power and his rulership over this earth, and then we're going to have dominion. Let me get. Oh, and like the verse I said when I first started off um, this lesson, Revelation 13:10 says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity," and that's balance, man. So Esau is going to have to go into captivity for what he did to us, and he took it too far, man. He went to the next level, man. Like he straight up just went all out. But this damn devil is going to receive double in the kingdom. He's going to receive double, man. So Esau, be prepared for that shit. All the shit that you did to us, man. You're going to receive double the pain, man. For 1,000 years, every day is going to be hell for y'all motherfuckers, man. The only time you're going to get a break, a day off from work, is going to be the Sabbath, and that's just going to be enough to keep y'all from uh uh getting used to the pain. You're going to be all sore. You're going to use that day to sort of, you know, relax y'all's muscles, weak ass muscles that y'all got, and weak ass bodies y'all gonna have. And then the next day, boom, straight to work, motherfuckers. Up and early, man. Rise and shine, motherfuckers. Because we had it bad. Y'all motherfuckers are gonna have it twice as worse. Damn. Hey, we drink of that cup. Y'all motherfuckers gonna drink of that cup too. All right, now let me go to Obadiah. Uh, Obadiah 1:9. It says, "And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end." And Teman, that's a major city of Esau, one of Esau's major cities. So it says, "And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter." That's what's gonna happen, man. Y'all gonna be straight up cut off by slaughter, man. The Most High is going to completely do away with you. Verse 10: For thy violence against thy brother, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And that's what's happening now, man. You see the shame that's coming upon Esau. He's being exposed. All his past transgressions, all his past atrocities, it's coming to light. And it's a shame with him. He's trying to, you know, hide history. But he can't. The truth's coming out. These last couple of years, man, they're the years of truth. So it says, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And that's what's gonna happen, man. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be completely eliminated. There's gonna be no more remembrance of you. And the king, whenever the kingdom set up, those 1,000 years are over with. Y'all gonna be, done away with. Y'all gonna be burnt up, and no one's gonna ever remember that you even existed. Right? Now, verse 11, to the point I wanted to get to. It says, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates. Talking about Israel, how we were carried away, man. We were taken as captives, and how strange people started entering into our lands, right? Into our land. It says, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, because we were sold, man. We were sold as bondmen and bondwomen, right? So it says, even thou was one of them. This whole chapter is talking about Esau. This whole chapter is condemning Esau, exposing Esau. So it says, even thou was one of them. So you Edomites, man, y'all had a hand in our demise. Y'all were the ones that put us in slavery. Y'all were the main ones. There was some other, motherfuckers in there too, the Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, Hamites, the Moabites. They had their hand. They had all these other nations too, man. They have their hand in our captivity and our demise. Hey, but it was all the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because we went off. Hey, but since y'all did this to the people of the Most High, you're gonna have to pay too. The Most High used you and got y'all in a trick bag. So all these other nations are gonna pay too, but Esau, you're gonna get the brunt of it. Now let me get Second Ezra's chapter 6, verse 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's right. Because we're in the kingdom of Esau right now. This is Esau's kingdom. He's ruling the world right now. And all these other nations that think they got next, man, y'all got another thing coming. Like it says in the scriptures, man, it's vain imagination, or imagine a vain thing. Because China thinks they got next. Hey, but y'all Moabites, man, we got next. Israel's got next. Like it says right here. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And y'all Moabites are going to pay too for what y'all did. Because y'all had a hand in it too. Now let me get Ezekiel 25. Oh shit. Ezekiel 25 and verse 14. And it says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. See, so the Most High is going to take vengeance upon Esau, upon Edom. It says, by the hand of my people Israel. So we are physically going to shackle y'all motherfuckers up. We're going to lay our hands on y'all and fuck y'all up, man. It says, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. See, the Most High gets angry too, man. You know, for y'all churchgoers that say that that God don't hate, God's nothing but love. Hey, this right here completely rebukes what y'all are saying. The Most High hates. The Most High gets angry. You know, there's a scripture that says, Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated. The Most High hates, the Most High gets angry, man. He's got the same emotions that we do. You know, he made us in his image. What do you think? That we're allowed to feel emotion, but he's not? We're allowed to get angry, but he's not? You trying to put a limit on the Most High? The Most High can do what he pleases, man. It says, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. Right? Because by the time when all this said and done, man, by the time y'all serve just captivity, y'all gonna realize who y'all fuck with. Y'all fuck with the nation of Israel, the apple of the Most High's eye. And the Most High's gonna show y'all who he is. And y'all gonna know that y'all, like I said, y'all gonna know y'all fucked up. Right? Now let me go to Psalm 149, verse 5. It says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. You know, and this is whenever we're in the kingdom, when we have our rest. Right? So it says, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. Literally a two-edged sword, man. Because we're going to be fucking y'all Edomites up. It says to execute vengeance upon the heathen. You know, like I said, this ain't talking about just Esau. It's talking about all these other nations that had their hand in our demise. Right? Which is pretty much every single one of them. Or is every single one of them. It says to execute vengeance upon the heathen. That's a lot here. You know, but mainly Esau, like I said, you're gonna get the brunt of it. You're gonna get you're the one that's gonna receive double, man. Even the other nations are gonna be kicking y'all's ass, man. Y'all gonna be the lowest of the low, man, in the kingdom. You know, like pigs are bottom feeders. Well, you're gonna be the bottom feeder. The Most High said to the serpent, you're gonna be pretty much the lowest creature out of all. And thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Well, that's exactly what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna be the lowest creature on the planet Earth, lower than a worm. You know, you're gonna be like a damn, just like a mule, just used for work. That's all you're gonna be useful for. And we're gonna be kicking y'all's ass, man. It says, and punishments upon the people, right? Because you know we're gonna be punishing those who get out of line, who don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, because we're gonna establish order, man, and the order's gonna come through them laws, the Most High's laws, the laws which endure forever. Verse 8, it says, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. That's literal, man. We're going to be binding y'all motherfuckers up, y'all leaders. You know what I'm saying? These leaders are on top right now. And I'm not talking about just presidents. even though we are going to put them in slavery too, just governors and mayors and all that. But predominantly the top elite, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Gettys, the DuPonts, all them motherfuckers. We're going to be having them in chains and fetters of iron. And Israel's going to be dominating. We're going to be kicking y'all's ass. Y'all motherfuckers going to be working in the field. You ain't going to have no slippers on, man. You ain't going to have no damn sandals. You're going to be barefoot, stepping on thorns and thistles, picking cotton. We're going to be whipping y'all's backs with fucking, instead of um, a whip made of rope, we're going to be whipping y'all with whips made out of chain, made out of iron. We're going to be cracking y'all skulls in with a rod of iron as well. Y'all motherfuckers, if y'all motherfuckers get out of line. There's gonna be no mercy for y'all. It says to execute upon them the judgment written. The judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Who are the saints? Israel. Mainly the elect. The elect are gonna receive this honor, man. It says praise ye Yahweh. That's right, man. When that time happens, that time comes, man. I can't wait. Kahala Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. Because reading this, man, that shit brings tears to my eyes, man. Just knowing that this is gonna happen, man. Like this is something wonderful. Like finally, some true justice is gonna happen on this planet. We and Jacob out here trying to expect Esau, to give y'all justice over there marching, protesting. This cracker ain't gonna do shit for y'all, man. He's for y'all's demise, and y'all over here, Black Lives Matter and all this other bullshit, man. Jacob's gotta get out of that damn slave mind state, man. Always depending on Esau. All right, this is Isaiah 24 and 21. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high. And who's them? Who is that talking about? It's talking about the elite of this world, man. Esau. It says, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. So like you. It says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. You see? We go and gather your motherfuckers up. This is after the dust settles from the nuclear explosions. You're gonna be in y'all's bunkers over there in Europe or somewhere, wherever the hell it is. Jerusalem's gonna come back down. The New Jerusalem is gonna come down from the sky. And by New Jerusalem, I mean the elect, because they're gonna get beamed up by the chariots before destruction happens. Right as soon as the destruction happens, boom, the elect are gonna get beamed up, and then gonna come back down and put y'all motherfuckers in slavery. It says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. If y'all watched that movie, the original Planet of the Apes, you know how they were rounding up them damn Edomites, Salakia, how they were rounding up them damn Edomites. Well, that's exactly how y'all gonna be, man. Y'all gonna be rounded up and thrown in literal pits. It says, and they shall be shut up in prison, and after many days they should be visited. So we're gonna pile y'all up and pile y'all up in prison. No food, no water, man. Just leave y'all there. And after many days, we're gonna come back and check up on y'all. see who's left. See who survived. Y'all motherfuckers gonna be eating yourselves. You're gonna be eating each other. And y'all motherfuckers gonna have it bad. Hey, and that's justice. That's justice. That's what y'all did to us. But like I said, y'all gonna receive double. Y'all fucked us up real bad. You know what? We're gonna fuck you up even worse. And these are the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You know, this ain't my words. These are the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You know, and I fully agree with what the Lord is saying, man. I know when that day comes, man, I'm gonna be enjoying that shit. Psalm 137 and 8, it says, O daughter of Babylon. And who's the daughter of Babylon? America. This is talking about America, man. It says, who are to be destroyed. Because that's what's going to happen. You know, nuclear destruction is going to come upon America. It says, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. I mean, yeah. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Right, exactly, man. Because y'all had done nothing. America has done nothing but destroy our people, man. Put us in slavery. Hold on, Salakia. I gotta charge up this laptop real quick. Gotta charge it up before it dies. Salakia, bear with me for a minute. Alright, there we go. Alright. So it says, Psalm 137 and 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. And like I said, we're going to be rewarding these Babylonians, these Edomites. We're going to reward them twice. Twice as bad as what they did to us. Now, when Yahushua comes back, he's going to reward y'all with nuclear fire, man. Them lasers from them chariots and nuclear destruction, man. He's gonna be happy when he's doing them. He's gonna be laughing at y'all motherfuckers, man. While he's killing y'all off. And rightfully deserved, man. So it says, verse 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones. And that's what we're gonna be doing, man, to y'all fucking devils, man. Y'all's little demons. We're gonna be like, oh, this motherfucker did this in this past life. This is what he deserves. And boom, crack their heads on a damn rock. Throw them off a cliff. Throw them off a damn mountain. You know how eagles be flying up, then they grab it. Well, they grab the prey, they fly up and then drop them. Just imagine that to one of these Edomite babies, Edomite kids. This is exactly what's gonna happen. It says, "Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones." This is scripture, man, and that's scripture for brothers who watched 12 Years a Slave. Let me get. What was it? Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25. And it says, "But that which ye have already hold fast till I come." It says, "And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations." That's a lot here, bro. I have a lot of air. Oh, man. Let's see. Read this again. Revelation 2 and 25. "But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations." Right? And that's the elect. If we hold fast to the end, man, unto death, even if death, like it says in the scripture, some of us ain't going to see death, man. Some of us are going to be beamed up to them chariots. But if death does come your way, you know, these Gurkha troops come and take you up, take you to these concentration camps. They tell you if you don't take the chip, you're gonna die. You know, if you don't denounce Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you're gonna die. Well, you know what? You gotta die, and it's better to die in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Like I said, it was a saying. I forgot who said it, but it says it's better to die on your feet than live on your knees. Hey man, it's better to stand up in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai than live uh uh a couple of measly weeks or months, however long it takes for Yahweh Shai to come back, and then get completely destroyed and obliterated. Receive that second death. I don't want that. You kind of see it on the spirit of some of these Jakes. You can kind of see how they have no hope. They fully accept of they fully accept just dying. You know, and I'm not even talking about dying in the name of the Most High. They talk like dying for being willfully for willfully sinning. Like they don't even care, man. They don't care about the Most High. They're just like, well, if the Most High kills me, he kills me. Oh well, ain't nothing I can do. It's like, what, man? We telling you what you can do, but it's just their minds. It's blocked, man. It's blocked that they just ain't gonna get it. The Most High's got their minds blocked, right? Let me continue on. It says, and he, let me go to 26 again. "And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations." Can you imagine that, man? See, and that's what 2/3 don't get, man. They can't imagine it. They think this is a fairy tale. They don't truly believe. Because if they did, then they would change. They would change their ways, you know, and try to receive this, man. But they don't. But it is what it is. They're gonna have to come back. They're gonna have to die and then come back after 1,000 years, and they be made perfect or come back perfect. I mean, it is what it is. But us who do believe, man, us who do have the faith, man, we gotta hold this fast, man. We gotta keep this truth. Like it says in the scripture, we gotta overcome whatever obstacle comes in front of us until the return of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. We cannot give in. We cannot lose faith. No matter how hard it gets, man, know that the Most High is watching over you, right? Let me continue on 27. And it says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter's clay. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So those of us who do overcome, the elect, we're going to rule with a rod of iron, man. And that rod of iron is harsh rulership, man. We're going to be ruling with power, real power this time, too. It says, and we're going to be beating these motherfuckers up, these other nations, especially y'all Edomites. It says, as vessels of a potter shall be broken to shivers. So we're going to be cracking y'all skulls if y'all get out of line, smashing y'all's damn heads in, smashing y'all's heads to pieces. And that's going to be, and it's going to be just, man. It's going to be justice. And there's nothing y'all can do about it, man, because we're going to have the true power. We're going to have our power, Yahweh, as our source of power, which is unlimited. Right? Now let me get Psalm 2 and verse 8, man. And I can't do this enough, man. I can't go into the judgment of Esau enough, man. I love it, man. Can't wait for it, man. Can't wait for this to happen. Because then, once we reach the kingdom, and we got to go through these trials right now. This tribulation that's going to come, Jacob's trouble. But, we got to believe that the Most High is going to take care of us in those days. He's going to keep us. 2/3, man, they're going to be fucked out here, man. They're going to be out here, all fucked up, starving. But Lord willing, we being part of the elect, we'll be good. We'll be taken care of. Let me read this. Psalms 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. And that's what we're going to receive in the kingdom. Our inheritance is going to be the heathen. We're going to be over every nation. Right? We're going to be over the whole planet Earth. We're going to be up top. It says, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Just like I said, we're going to own the whole planet Earth. We're going to rule over everything. Under our power, Yahweh, and under his son, Yahweh Shah, and then our king, King David. Psalms 2 and 9 says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. You see? Again, it got reiterated. We're going to rule with a rod of iron. So we're going to dash them into pieces, man. We're going to be busting them in the heads. We're going to be fucking them up. And not just Esau, like I said, also the heathen as well, the rest of the other nations. Because like I said, they had a hand in our demise, in our captivity as well. They done some things to us too. So they're going to have to pay for that as well. We go to Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." So these strangers is talking about Israelites. This ain't talking about actual like strangers, like heathens. No, it's just talking about Israelites, man. It says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids." So we're going to take them other nations and we're going to possess them. They're going to be our possessions, like I just read. The heathen are going to be our inheritance. We're going to possess them as possessions, right? It says, let me read this again from the top. Isaiah 14:2. "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were." You see? And this is talking about these other nations, man. We were their captives. They're captives. Now they're going to be ours. The roles are going to be reversed. It says, "And they shall rule over their oppressors." And it says, "And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve." And that's that rest, man, the kingdom. And it's going to be eternal. It's going to be forever. We ain't going to fear. We ain't going to feel no sorrow, man. We ain't going to die. That's the main thing. We're going to live eternal. We're going to have spiritual power. We're going to be happy forever, man. It truly is going to be heaven for us. And eventually the other nation is going to come around. You know, they're gonna be happy as well. They're gonna be glad because true righteousness is gonna be in order. And just like it says in the scripture, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. The wicked are in rulership right now, man. That's where you see the world as it is. But once the righteous, aka Israel, comes into rulership, even the heathen are gonna rejoice, man. So, hey, time is coming, man. The time's almost here. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua is gonna deliver us out of here. We're gonna be in the kingdom. We're gonna have our land back. Really, we're gonna have the whole earth. But hey, the time's almost here. Y'all brothers stay prayed up. Keep studying, keep reading. Grow in the faith. Hopefully, we see each other in the kingdom. Because times is getting more crazier. Like, who knows, man? Who knows when? Because we're in Jacob's trouble right now. We're at the beginning of Jacob's trouble, and it's just gonna get worse. So we gotta hold this faith. We gotta be steadfast in this faith, man. We can't be getting comfortable right now. We gotta push harder, right? So I'm gonna end it with that. I hope this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Chakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well. A salutation to the elect out there pushing His word with sincerity and truth. May the blessing of election be upon your house. And until next time, I'm going to say Shalom.